Hello everybody, and let's go over how to get started in Computer Science 30S. So let's take a look at this section of my website which goes over this. There's basically two ways that you could follow this course. The way I would recommend is to follow a weekly schedule. So if you go to the schedule page, which I have a video on explaining it there, it goes basically through week by week through the course, what you should be working on, what you should be watching or reading, what assignments are due, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So it breaks it down week by week. Now it's kind of a loose schedule. It's not something you have to follow, so it gives you a lot of flexibility in the scheduling, but at least it keeps you on track week to week. Now if that's not for you, then the other option of course is to follow your own schedule, which means you go through the content, the examples, and the assessments at your own pace. So if you need a little more time or you want to work ahead, this would be maybe a little more along your lines or something in between those two models. Now, if you do go on your own schedule or not, there is a page called Course Materials, of which I've put kind of everything in the whole course on one page, links to everything on one page. So that's also something you can keep in mind. Now, with both of those options available, always keep in mind that you always have help available for you for this entire course. If you're following online, you can always email me, or we could set up some sort of video conference if that's something you're available for. If you're in my classroom, you can put up your hand and I'll come over and help you. So help is always available for you. And there is a help page on my website as well that you can look at. And on that page, I've put tons of resources that you can link to help you at any point along the way. Okay. The other thing I wanted to just quickly go over here on the getting started part is if you are on a page and you are, say, reading through the material and a picture comes up, with code on it or otherwise, and you're finding it a little too small, too hard to read, a little tip I'm going to give is you can always right-click, and when you right-click on that image, you can open it in a new tab. If you do that, you'll find that the image comes in much larger and much easier to read than if you were to just look at it on the page itself. So that's always a way you can get a larger look at that image. And then the last thing I wanted to just mention is if you are watching a YouTube video on my page. So a quick YouTube tip. There is a way you can go into the settings of YouTube and change the playback speed of a video. So for example, if you would like it to go a little bit faster, because maybe I'm a little long-winded, or maybe you want to slow it down, changing the playback speed is a quick way to do that. And then the other quick tip is you can always scrub through the video by dragging the little slider back and forth to get me to repeat a section or to move beyond a section. Okay, so that's my quick tips for getting started. Remember, you can always get help if you need it, and let's get started.